Canada has become expensive, very expensive. Toronto and Vancouver often rank as the most unaffordable big cities in the world, but this video is about Montreal. Together, we'll fly above the city and walk through its streets to find the answers for anyone moving here. How affordable is it? What are the career opportunities? And is it comfortable to live in? I just got back from Montreal, probably the only city I'd consider moving to from Halifax. It's got that European charm, there's amazing food and not the North American plastic that you get here, plus so many more perks that I'll talk about during this video. However, there's still one thing holding me back from moving there permanently. More about it at the end of the video. And now, get yourself comfortable, make yourself some tea or coffee, and let's discover Montreal together. So what makes Montreal the most affordable big city? With a population of over 4.3 million people, Montreal is the second largest city in Canada, below Toronto and above Vancouver. All those people need to live somewhere, and you should see the comparison. Let's say you're a single person who wants to get a one-bedroom apartment in the third biggest city. The recent data by liv.rent shows that you will pay $2,367 in Vancouver, $2,239 in Toronto, but only $1,640 in Montreal. And this is what it could realistically look like. Just think about that for a second. Toronto versus Montreal, you're saving about $600 every month, which adds up to over $7,000 a year. By the way, if you're moving to Montreal or any other big city, I highly recommend liv.rent, which is Canada's safest rental platform. Rental scams in Canada have gone up, and the last thing you want when moving abroad is to get scammed. This is where liv.rent comes in. You search for the city, go to the filter and click verified only. Now, you'll only see listings that have been manually verified by liv.rent team, either through mail or official property document. Another amazing feature is for those of you who are going to share rent with other people. It could be your partner or just a friend as a roommate. Liv.rent allows for a joint lease agreement. Basically, liv.rent allows you to add roommate information, including their annual salary, to your tenancy application, meaning that you can apply for a place together and increase your chances with double income. What not many people think of is those of you who want to get PR in Canada with your partner, it's important to be on the lease agreement together and share other bills so that you can prove to the government your common law relationship. Besides that, you can chat with the landlord, and if French is a problem for you, they have a built-in translator. Also, you can apply directly on the platform and do everything in one place, which removes so much headache. I would highly recommend checking out liv.rent if you're looking for a new home. And even better, they're offering to pay your rent. But more about it at the end of the video. Renting or buying a home is 100% cheaper than in other cities. But what about eating out? I noticed that there's a solid difference between restaurant prices in Montreal and other cities. For example, the average bill for two at a low-end restaurant in Montreal is about $40, when in Toronto or Vancouver, and even Halifax, it's more like $60. But at the same time, high-end restaurants are pretty similar in price. You'd pay $120 plus for a dinner for two. What about groceries though? The data suggests that your average grocery basket is $68.20 in Montreal, while $73.07 in Vancouver. But Toronto is actually the lowest at $63.22. I feel it's clear that Montreal is cheaper than most other big cities. But how will you actually make money? The career opportunities in Montreal. It's important you understand that not all jobs are equal in the city. I divide them into two categories: inside-facing and outside-facing jobs. What I mean by inside-facing jobs is hospitality, healthcare, transportation, education. Now a question to you. What do all of them have in common? Yes, they all require French, as in any of these jobs, you would be interacting with the local Quebecois, or people from Quebec. The province has some disturbing scandals that involve the language police actually. T&T is a big Asian grocery store with foods from China, Japan, Korea, the Philippines, you name it. The food has labels in their own languages, naturally. But the Office of the French Language, OQLF, saw a problem and said all products must have French writing on them. It's actually a common occurrence in Quebec when people turn others in and read them out to the language police. They hold certain powers and can fine or even close the establishment for, quote, breaking language laws. How about the second group, outside-facing jobs, target national or international markets, and therefore do not require for you to speak French. For example, jobs in IT, business development within startups, or simply remote jobs in other provinces. In terms of salaries, they vary, but a software engineer earns the average of $95,800 a year, a teacher $64,500, and a nurse $91,600 a year. Speaking of nurses, now we have arrived at the final part of living in the most affordable city of Canada, the comfort of living. When I ask how comfortable life is, I separate the question into 4 groups: healthcare, crime rate, transport, and everyday activities. When we speak about healthcare, one thing comes to mind: the wait time. In Montreal, only 68% of people have a family doctor, compared to 86.7% of Torontonians and 80% of Vancouverites, which is a big problem if you need to see a specialized doctor, but that's only possible through a referral from, yes, your family doctor. Now imagine this: you're walking home from a party, you seem happy, it's pretty late though, and suddenly a scary looking man points a gun at you and demands your wallet. This is an armed robbery, and in Montreal, 28 people for every 100,000 experienced this. In Toronto, it's almost double, at 43 accidents for every 100,000 Torontonians. This is official data from Statistics Canada for 2021. Crimes happen everywhere, and sometimes in public transit. But not to focus on all of this doom and gloom, let's look at the bright side. Montreal's metro is considered one of the most robust subways in North America. I personally tried it and can confirm how effective and comfortable and fast it is. And I love Montreal for how walkable the city is, and the number of parks and open-air venues that the city has. It's really what makes it so similar to Europe. Picture having a meal with friends on an open terrace while enjoying the architecture and great food. This is the image of Montreal I have. But why am I not moving to Montreal? The biggest reason for me personally is my business network. You see, most people I know in the AI or immigration space are based in Toronto or Halifax. This is why I'm staying in this foggy city. However, my last visit to Montreal got me rethinking this because I attended the AI World Summit, where I met incredible entrepreneurs from all over the world, and then I started considering the move. Here's something important if you're considering the move to Vancouver, Montreal, Toronto, Halifax, any other city in Canada. Liv.rent, Canada's safest rental platform, is doing a massive giveaway of $5,000, where 5 lucky people will win $1,000 checks to go toward your rent. And there's no strings attached. I recently announced the conditions of the giveaway with Canada's Minister of Housing. Please listen to the conditions yourself. Minister, how do you feel about free rent?
Look, it's not too many things in life are free, but if somebody were to propose it, I'd be happy to see the beneficiaries from it.
Today, I'm going to announce something that you actually inspired me to. Together with liv.rent, Canada's safest rental platform that verifies landlords and listings, we decided to give out $5,000 to 5 lucky viewers of this video. All you need to do is to have a lease agreement in Canada, like this video, click on the link in the description to sign up for the giveaway, and get your $1,000 check to help you with your rent and make living more affordable. What do you think about that?
Look, that's extremely generous. I'm happy that there's going to be 5 lucky people out there who are going to get a break on the rent. I think there's a lot of people could use it.
If you're interested, click on the link in the description below to enter this giveaway for a chance to win $1,000 toward your rent. If you like this video, or if you have alternative thoughts on Montreal, do not hesitate and let me know in the comments below this video. And now I highly recommend you watch this video next. See you there.